Hello everyone, this is Raj. Welcome to the world of Salesforce. Today is the day 39 class where we are going to discuss auto-launched flows and subflows. So what is a auto-launched flow? And sometimes we call it as a subflow also. Right? What is the main difference between this? Almost the same concept. Right? Almost we can see the same concept in between these two. Right? At the end we can observe what is the main difference between auto-launched flow and the subflow. Right? These are also a type of flow only. These are also one type of a flow. But main difference is those who don't move on their own, right? They don't move on their own, move on their own, right? So these are the one of the flows, but they cannot move on their own. They will have to be pushed with some other flows, right? So you will have to call. So you will have to push with some other flows means you will have to call some in other flow, right? So earlier these calls like we were made using process builders, right? In the process builders we are using the same type of logic, like we need to call some other type of logics into this process builder and we can execute there. But in these days the process builders has deprecated, right? Salesforce has deprecated this process builder. That means they are removed from the Salesforce, this process builders concept, right? They are deprecated. So this auto launcher flow is coming into the picture there, right? So auto launched flow, we can call the other flow in itself. Auto launch flow will not run on its own. Very, very important point. Auto launch flow will not run on its own. Like we are using in a screen flow, right? When you are any screen we have developed and we can use that in an action button somewhere. So when you click on this button, that screen is going to run, right? So whatever we have developed, that particular screen we're going to see on the UI screen. In the record trigger flow also, so some automation is going to happen in the backend. So if this is going to, like, for example, I want to update something, or whenever any record is created, I need to trigger something. Whenever any record is updated, I need to trigger something. So all this triggering happening in the backend. Right? This auto launch flow will not run on its own here. We will have to create a flow so that we can call this flow, right? We can call this flow and we can use it in other flow. Right? We need to create a flow and we need to call it in a other flow. And from there we can do our further works. Okay. So one such flow we are going to create now. So this auto launcher flow. So here in this auto launcher flow, we are having a screen flow and without a screen flow also. Right. So let me go into one of our flows here. Okay. Let me go here. Go to the flows. Okay. Let me open my flow. So this is the welcome email, right? This is the already we have created this welcome email flow. Right? For the new employees, we have created one email alert flow where we have used the email alert and as well as the email action also I have shown to you. Let me open this. See here what we did here. So let me open here somewhere. Yeah, see here already it is there. Okay. See, this is the welcome email flow, right? So in this email flow, so I have created first of all email alerts here. This is the first email flow. Whenever any employee record is created, I need to send an email notification to that employee. So for this, I have created an email alert. In order to create this email alert, we need to first of all prepare an email template. And then we need to use that email template in a workflow email alert. And whatever the email alert we have created, that we are going to use it here. Right? If there is an error in this email alert, so immediately it is going to this fault path and posting in the charter message. You got it right? So, and next we have discussed email action. Right, email alert and as well as email action. In the email action, if you see here, we have used the hard coded. So I have removed this body, right? Hard coded bodies for in order to remove this hard coded body, so that I have used this email alert, right? So again, I have used this email template ID, which is hard coded. But later on, by using this query get email template, these are all this concept we have discussed in the previous class, right? So we have used this get email template where name equals to welcome email. Or created date, we have used that created date equals to today something, right? So whenever we have used that created date equals to today means, then obviously number of flows will come. For example, today you have created 2 to 3 flows. 2 to 3 flows will come. Then how the system will identify, I need to consider this ID. Then again you need to run the loop. Loop concept is there. That also we have covered, right? So that I have directly stating it as name equals to welcome email. Right? So system runs a query in the backend and returns the ID here. Right, returns the ID, automatically store all the fields information. And from this get records, I am checking the decision. If the record is found, see here email template dot ID. So from the get email templates, that means this one. From the get email templates, if the template ID is null equals to false means if the ID is present. If the ID is present, then it goes to here. Right, in this I have removed, see, I have removed this body, all these things. Directly, I am pasting the template ID. Instead of hard coding the value, if you are not understood this concept, please go to the previous class. I think in the day 36 or 35, I have covered all these things. Okay. So where I have hard coded the value. Now I have removing this hard coded value and see get email templates. Whatever the ID retrieved by get email template. Right. I am taking that particular ID here. I'm not hard coding here. Okay, this is the flow which we have created. Now, why I'm saying again and again these things? Because this auto launch flow concept, I'm using it here. Where I need to use it? See here, if there is an error in this email alert, immediately it is going to a fault path and posting in the charter message. If there is an error message in this get email template, again it is going to a fault message. Again, I need to post in a charter message. Right? Like this. Again, now come here. So again, if there is an error here, again, if there is an error in this email action, right? Again, it going to this fault path. Again, here also I'm posting in a charter message like this. See here, if you observe in this flow, the repeated actions are there, like post to charter is there, post to charter action 2 is there, post to charter action 3 is there. That means same repeated action. The fault path is repeated again and again. Right? But posting in a charter message, which is not the right way in a real time. Got it? Here I'm repeating the same information, same thing. Just but changing the inputs, that's it, right? Because the error is coming, see here. The error is coming from this email alert. I need to change some input value, that's it. So here the error is coming from get email templates. Here the error is coming from the get email action, send email action. Just the input is changing, but the element is the same. And for suppose again in this post to charter message, if I am getting an error, in this post to charter, if I am getting an error, see again fault path is there. Right? Here also again fault path is there. Like this, how many do we need to paste like this fault path? Same action is repeated again and again and again. Right? See here itself 3 plus 3, 6 actions. Right? See again, if you are adding any screen or any post to charter, for that also again you need to add some post to charter or something. Right? Instead of using post to charter, we have created that error logging concept, right? So in the day 37 class, we have created this error logging concept. Right? In this error logging concept, what we have covered, so we have created a custom error log object and where we are posting we are creating a new record. Instead of posting to charter, I am creating a new record, right? Instead of this, let me delete this, delete element. Here also delete element, right? So instead of here, I'm creating an element, so creating a record, right? Where I'm using the record as, what is that record here? Error log, right? Okay, let me take it as manual and select the error log. Right, this is what we did. Error log custom object, where I'm creating with this required information. Whatever the required information is there, like this, all the information is there, right? So like component type and flow type, all these details I have creating a record in the error log object. Again, see here I'm creating, and the same thing I need to create here, and the same thing I need to create here. Just changing the input. That's it. Right, component type is same, but the error may be changed. Here the send welcome email alert is there, and here get record is there, and here email action is there. Just input is changing and getting created a record in the error log object. But we are using the same concept again and again here. Right, same work is being done. Here the same work, here the same work, here the same work. And of course, if you click here, again send add fault part is there. Again here also we need to repeat the work. Right, just the information is going to change. For this, in order to reduce these many usability concept, right, we are using the code again and again and again, just duplicating the codes. So again here we need to copy this, copy element, again we are pasting it here. See here we are duplicating all these things. So in order to reduce this effort, this auto launched flow coming into the picture. Now you got it, right? So this auto launched flow coming into the picture. Let me remove this. Right? So if we create an auto launched flow, so auto launched flow is nothing but a separate flow. So where this reusability, so where we can increase reusability instead of creating these flows, these errors again and again. Not only errors, wherever if you need the reusability is there, if you need to use the code again and again. So in order to reduce this, right, in order to increase the reusability and reduce the duplication, right? So in order to reduce the duplication, this auto launched flow coming into the picture here. This auto launched flow introduced, right? So let me create a new flow. So go to this flow, close this, create a new flow where we are going to select auto launch flow here. See here, auto launch flow, no trigger, because it needs to be called from somewhere. It will not run in the backend, right? So directly in the auto launch flow, I'm adding the create record elements here. Create records. Directly I'm adding the create record elements. Right? So what I'm going to create here, create log records. Create error log records. Right? So previously there are number of screens, or there are number of create record elements, CR01, CR02, like this we have created, right? CR01, CR02, CR03. So no, now I'm not creating all those things. Just CR01, only create login, create element. I'm using only one element here. Okay, let me create manually here error log object, where I need to select my required information. Let me add all this required information. So component type, load type, severity, error content, error title, flow interview ID, flow name, and flow node. That's it. Okay, but what is the value here? So creating of this element is very easy, and we are seeing all this concept from past few classes also. So, but what is the value here? Right? There is nothing get record element is there. There is nothing screen is there. Right? But we have to use this auto launcher flow somewhere, like in this flow. That means I need to get the name of this node, name of this flow, right? What type of flow it is, right? And what type of error it is. Here I'm coming some type of error. Here I'm getting some type of error. Here I'm getting some type of error. Right? Individually it needs to change. That means I need to provide some input. Right? I need to get the values from other flow. I need to get the values, like see here, I need to get the values from this flow, this particular node to here, right? Component type, flow type. So directly you cannot select these values, apex class flow, right? We don't know, right? So all these values we cannot select directly. So these values needs to be collected from the other flow. That means we need to take it as an input whenever this particular flow is running, right? These values needs to be provided as input to these values, error log record values. Now you got it, right? So I need to provide this particular node name, this particular flow name, error name, all this as input to here, error log record fields, right? How I need to provide it as an input? Yes, now we got it. Now we have an option, right? That means we need to create a resource here. For every record, we need to create a, so for every field, we need to create a resource. So what is the resource type? So variable. So let me take here where, what is the first name here? Let me cancel this. Flow type, sorry, component type, right? New resource, variable, where component type, right? Where component type. Let me take it as a text, right? Here there is an option available for input. So these things also we have covered, right? We have discussed. So if we click on this checkbox, whenever the flow is running, it will give us a one dialog box, right? So please provide the input. So whenever this particular flow is running, now you got it, right? So here I directly selected the resource. So what is the use of it? In order to get the value from the other flow. See here, from this flow, I need to get the value, right? And provide as input to the error log fields. For this particular component type of field, I need to get the value from this flow. For this, I have created an input. See, I have created as resource and provided as an input. The same thing here, flow type, right? New resource, flow type, variable, where flow type. Okay, data type as text, available for input. Done. That's it. The same thing for severity, to variable, where severity, data type as text, available for input. Done. Next come here, error content. Variable where error content. Okay, variable, right? New variable error content. Text available for input. Click on done. Next error title. Where error title. Text available for input. All the values. Whatever the error log fields are there, all these values I'm providing. A flow interview ID, right? So flow interview ID variable where flow interview ID. Okay. Text available for input. Done. Next flow name where flow name. Text. Done. And the last one is flow node where flow node. Text. Done. See here, for every error log fields, I am providing as input from the other flow. For this, I have created a resource. So what is the use of this resource? Right? So let me save this. Give the log error in Salesforce. Okay, log error in Salesforce. Okay, save it. Done, completed. So let me close this. Now just click on here. See, again, we are having a fault path. Right? Here also, again, I'm having a fault path. Okay, let me add this fault path. Right, this is the final fault path. So here, whenever error log is created, right, whenever error log is created, so every time we are getting an error from this flow, so every time whenever error is there, so immediately error log record is getting created, and an email should be sent to the who admins. So let me create here in the error. If there is an error here, right, we need to handle this final error. This is the right. We need to handle this final error also. For this, I am going to add a email. Right. Let me add here send email action, or let me add here instead of this. Let me go here, copy our email content, go to this resource. This email alert. What is the resource here? Not shown. Sorry. Some, I think in the other flow, right? In the yesterday's class. What is the yesterday's class flow? Go to the flow trigger explorer. I think it is from screen flow we have created, not it is in this screen flow. Create a case record. Yeah, create a contact record screen flow. In this, we have created a body, right? Just let me take that body. Come down, error email body. Open this error email body. Okay, now copy paste all these things. Copy. Okay, now come here, come to our flow. Just add here send email action. In the body, send email to admin. Okay, send email to admin. Now here in the body, let me add a new resource. Text template, email to admin. Okay, let me paste it here. So these details are not required. Please verify all these things are not required. Okay, done. Now come here. So whatever the details are, see here, there was an error. So if you see here, there was an error executing flow.interview ID. Directly, it should not come from like this, right? Like in this flow, right? So it should come from the other flow. It should come from the other flow. Just remove this. So it should come. This flow interview ID comes from the other flow, wherever the error is there. Right? From this welcome email, right? This from this flow, the interview ID should come. So for this, we have created one resource. What is that? Where flow interview ID. That's it. So while executing this particular ID with the label, so I don't know label here, right? What is the label? Where flow name, right? This is the label. Okay. Here are flow error details. So in this flow error details, so error message is there. And if you want to add flow node also, let me paste it here. Flow node. Okay. And error title. Error title. If you want to add all remaining, all the fields information, you can add it here. Right? A type, error node, severity, all these things. So these details should come from the other flow. So other flow means, so where error title, right? This is where node. Okay. This is the flow node. Copy, paste it, error title, flow node, where flow node. Yeah, this is the one. Next, severity, where all these details, see here, where severity. All these details are coming from the other flows. So let me add this color, done. Add color, done. Okay. Now again, add color, done. That's it. Okay. So regards some name here. So now click on done. Okay. So, and what is the email body is ready, not require anything, address, recipient address, to whom I need to get this. So directly I'm hard coding this value here, right? Whoever is the admin details, in the real time, the business will give you. So to these admins, you need to send the emails. For this, you need to create a custom labels, and from this custom labels, you can send it. So here I can directly use here hard coding the email ID, right? You can use the custom labels and you can directly use this custom labels information here. Okay, so we need to send the email to admins. This is the flow. Okay, now let me let me add some subject here. Subject as there was an error. There was an error in your flow. The flow name. What is the flow name? Let me cut this. Where flow name. Where is this where flow name? Okay. That's it. There was an error in your flow, that particular flow name. This flow name I am providing as an input, right? Let me show you how to provide as an input here. Okay. Now, let's text body format, true, and anything is there, all are done. Okay. Mandatory things are completed. Save this. Done, completed. Okay. So if there is an error, immediately create log records is coming. If there is an error, again, it is going to the fault path. Okay. Or else if I want to, if there is any error, then only it is going to a fault path, right? Right. So if you click on this fault path, see here again fault path is there. See here again fault path is there. Right. So how many fault path like this? I am reducing this in order to reduce this reusability concept only. I came to this, right? I came to this auto launched flow. Right. But again error fault is there. So this is the final error handling here, which is nothing but a silently handling. We can say this, it as a silent handling, right? Silent error fault path. We can create a silent error path. That means we just a dummy, just a dummy. Just open this. Let me add assignment here. I'm adding assignment where assignment. Okay. In this assignment, assign dummy value, because all these errors directly we are getting here. So if there is an error in this flow, I am creating a error log record here. If there is an error flow, directly admins will get the flow details, right? Admins will get the notification. That's it. So immediately they will log into the system. They will check the error log records, or else they will check the admin email and they will come and they will resolve it. So this is a final path. That is nothing but a silent path. So we are giving a dummy values, assign dummy values here. So here I'm giving some dummy value as where, let me create one more resource. Affected user is also there, right? New resource variable where affected user. Okay. Text available for input. Done. Okay. It is equals to user.id. Okay, running user. Who is the running user? Dot. Just it is getting assigned. That's it. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. Just it is getting that that value to it. Okay, it is assigning the whatever the user value is there, it is going to assign in the error log record. In the error log record, we are having affected user one field, right? It is just assigning the value. Now, if you click here, see, there is no error, there is no any fault path here from this. Just it is a dummy, silent fault path. That's it. Just it is going to assign. If still there is an error in this, it is going to assign some value in the affected user path. Right? It is going to assign the running, whoever is the running user, it is going to assign that value to the affected user field. That's it. Now add fault path is not there. This is the way you need to handle the error in the real time. See here, there is no add fault path. So add fault path is completed. But if you still add it here, so again and again, we are having every time we need to reusability concept is there. So here you need to handle the error. Here you need to handle the error again and again. We need to handle these errors. But here, if you can see here, all the errors will be handled in log records. If it is missed, it is handled in email, right? And then we are silently passing the fault path. That's it. Silently closing this fault path. Okay. Now how to use it? Okay. Let me save it. Just debug it. I'm not providing any value. See, variable affected user content type. See, all these values are none. So I have provided all these values as provided as an input. Please provide this. System is asking, please provide all these values, input values. Okay, I'm not providing any values because all these are not mandatory values in the error log object. In the error log object, these values, these field values are not mandatory. So I'm not giving any value, just run flow in a rollback mode. I'm checking this on, just click on run. That's it, see here. So it is getting success. So the flow is running successfully and creating the log records and it is rolled back and just activate this flow. Now my subflow is ready. Now you got it right. My subflow is ready. This is now the auto launched flow ready. So I need to use this auto launched flow as a subflow in our welcome email, right? In our email. Because as of now, you are seeing here just 2-3 components, but in the real time, very complex flows will be there. So in these complex flows, this auto launched flows will be very, very helpful to you. Right? Now let me add here. Now let me add here subflow. What is a subflow? See here, if you go subflow. Whatever auto launched flow we have created, so it will show here. See? Subflow. So what is that subflow? So let me, what is that my flow? Log error, right? Is this activated or not? Oh, not activated. Log error. Edit flow. Yeah, it is activated. Log error in Salesforce. Now let me go here. Just refresh the screen. We delete element. Refresh the screen. Okay. Now I'm removing this post to charter. Here I'm going to add my subflow here. That's it. See, my flow is ready. Log error in Salesforce. Okay. Just after refreshing the screen, my subflow is ready. Just open this. Let me give the label as this is the flow, right? Subflow, right? Subflow 01. Subflow 01. Log error in Salesforce error log object. Okay. See here, now if you come down, set input values. That is the reason we have created a resource in order to provide the input. Right? So I am going to provide input to these values. Instead of creating again and again create record element, just using the flow, subflow, and just provide the input. That's it. Okay. So let me go here. provide input one by one. Variable affected user. See here. What is the affected user? User dot running user dot ID. Okay. Done. Next, variable component type. So what is the component type here? What is the type? Come down. Let me go inside the error log object. Error log. Okay. What is the component type? Open this. Component type is a flow, right? Give the flow. That's it. Next, what variable error content. So error content means what is that error content here? Flow dot fault message. So here you need to provide flow dot running flow interview dot fault message. That's it. So error title. So what is the error title here? So there was an error. For every node, you need to create a variable error title here. So for this particular fault path, I am providing the error title. And again, for this error path, you need to provide an error title. And for this error path, again, add some other error title. Right? So whenever there is an error in any node point, so immediately that particular subflow will run, taking the corresponding inputs. So let me take this error title as there was an error while creating record. Okay, that's it. So flow interview ID means on this flow running flow interview dot interview ID. That's it. What is the flow name here? Okay, enter our flow name employee email. Copy, paste it. Okay, variable flow node. So this is the flow node, right? Send welcome email to employee. Whatever is the send welcome email to employee. Whatever is the label, right? So from this the error is coming. So whatever is the label, you need to paste it here. Now come down. What a flow type is a what is this record trigger flow, right? Record trigger flow. Okay. Severity is an error. That's it. Completed. Okay. Now the system is going to take all these values as an input. Save it. So system is going to take all these values as an input. Okay. And running this subflow. Right. System is going to take all these particular values as an input and whatever is the subflow is there, this subflow is going to run here like this. So it is going to create a record in the error log object. If still there is an error, it is sending an email notification and going to a dummy fault path. Now you got it right. So what is the main difference between the subflow and the auto launched flow? Right. So in this record trigger flow, if you observe in this record trigger flow, we can call only one subflow. We can call directly only the subflow here. Right. But in a screen flow, there is a one more option. We can call another screen flow in a main screen flow. Right, we can call one more screen flow. See, this is the screen flow, right? If you click add here, just add an element. See, one more screen flow is there. So directly in this subflow, we can add one more screen flow. See, previously these number of flows are not there. If you go here, when you're adding a subflow, so when you click on this subflow, see, only 3 options are there, 3 to 4, I think. See, only 4 options because only these 4 are auto launched flows. But in a screen flow, if you observe, see, number of flows are there because all these are screen flows also. So that means very, very important point here you need to note down. So a screen flow can itself act as a subflow. Very, very important point. A screen flow can itself act as a subflow. Got it? So if you are having any complex flows, so we need to break down into a component different flows. then these auto-launched flows are very helpful. We can make some parts of auto-launched flow and can be used in these screen flows and the record trigger flows. Like this, you can add subflows and we can use it. Okay, it can increase the reusability. It can remove the duplicate flows. So mainly it helps in developing the complex flows. Okay. So in the auto launched flows, this is an auto launched flow, right? In this auto launched flows, no screens will be added here. See here, no screen element we can add here. Because in a screen flow, we can add a screen flow separately. So directly we can create another screen flow and we can add that particular screen flow as a subflow. Right? So this is the main difference between these two. So what is the main difference between auto launched flow and the subflow is, in the auto launched flow, no screens will be there. In the subflow, screens will be there. That's it. That means a screen flow can itself act as a subflow. Right? But in auto launched flow, no screens will be there. Now you got it. So in both, in auto launched flow and the subflow, in both we can increase the reusability. In both we can increase the remove duplications, and we can help in developing the complex flows. That's it for today. If you are having any doubts at any point of time, just mention in the comment section. I'm going to respond to those comments. Okay. So please do follow this channel for the latest updates. Thank you.